Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. This is my site at 8th Lake, and I am going to head out on a late afternoon paddle around the lake. It's been quite a few years since I've been up there, about 5 I believe, and I know there's an island out there. If I remember right, there's plaques on it, and I'm going to go see if I can find those plaques. And there's a campsite on the other side of that island that I'm hoping nobody's on, because every time I go to check it out, somebody is there. But I'm going to check it out this time, I hope. So follow along. Alright everybody, this is 8th Lake. Over there behind me is 8th Lake Campground, where I'm currently staying. And today it is a kayaking day on 8th Lake, as there is a lot of kayakers out, because this will probably be the only good day of the weekend. So yes, this is 8th Lake, and I have done a video before on 8th Lake, but I'm staying back here at 8th Lake Campground. I'll have a review out on that later. And when I left to come here, the weatherman was telling me that tomorrow had a 20% chance of rain. So I'm like, great, I'm going to go get in some of the trails that I wanted to get in earlier this summer but got washed out. The first time I had to cancel because that's when my dad died. The second time I got to the trailhead, the DEC had an active rescue going on the mountain at the time, and they were asking people to stay off the trails because that's when the remains of Hurricane Debbie was coming through, and the eroded trails were like rivers flowing down the mountain. So they wanted people to stay off the mountains, so I didn't do the hike. So this time I came up here, and it's late in the day. You can see the sun is setting over here over my shoulder, and I figured I'm going to throw the kayak in and do a paddle around 8th Lake. It's been a long time since I've been on 8th Lake, and I wanted to particularly stop at the island that is up here, because there's 2 placards on that island. I want to see if they're still there. I'm pretty sure that they are, but I wanted to see if they were still there. But once I got here, the weather posted on the door here of the caretaker's cabin. They post the weather on the sheet because we don't really have cell signal here. And it's a 100% chance of rain tomorrow, heavy at times. I'm like, are you kidding me? Here we go again. This summer has been against me from the beginning of June. I mean, it was a month ago, I was in Golden Beach, down in Racket Lake, that's when the remains of Hurricane Debbie came through, and I was stuck in Racket Lake for a couple days before I made it home. I did make it home. There was roads that were 1 lane because they were washed out, but it was an interesting trip home. Made it okay with no issues. Just had to take the time. And then the time before that, in July, I was down in Balsam Pond when New York had all those damn tornadoes. And I almost lost my awning that day because I got it in, but it was close. How fast that came in, still unbelievable. So, I don't know. The weather has been against me all summer long. But I'm getting up here to this island, and I want to see, I'm going to stop at the island and see if those placards are still there. And I do believe there's a campsite on the other side of that island. So if no one's there, we'll check that out.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief.
So this is the island on 8th Lake. There's a campsite right over here that doesn't look like anyone's on, so we'll go check it out in a bit. But if I remember right, there are a couple of plaques on this island. I'm going to see if I can find them. Not quite the plaque I'm looking for, but if anyone wonders, there's no camping on this island. Again, not the plaque I'm looking for, but I do believe I'm getting close. I think I see it up here in the tree. It has been there for a long time, so it's embedded into the tree. And there it is. Memory of Ken and Leigh Churchill, who camped here 1943 to 1977. So that's been up there for a while because that's embedded right into the tree. And the tree, it's a good size one. So one plaque down. Let's see if we can find another one. And I found it. It's right on the same tree. I didn't realize that. But here we go. This one here, right up there, Martha Elizabeth Gabriel, March 12th, 1952 to February 7th, 2001. So I'm not quite sure who Martha Gabriel is, but that's a nice little plaque out here on the same tree. So I know there are islands in the Adirondacks that you can camp on. This is not one of them, but there is a remains of a fire here, which brings me to a story. If you're not in the Adirondacks or familiar with them, we recently had a couple of Beavis and Buttheads on a island in the Saranac chain there. Which one was it? They were island camping. They used gasoline to start a fire, caught the island on fire. Yeah, Rangers and the fire department, and you don't know how hard it is to fight a fire on an island because it takes a while to get there, and every minute a fire burns, it doubles in size. So they're up against the wall when they have a fire on an island, especially here in the Adirondacks, because it's not like we have boats equipped with firefighting equipment on all the bodies of water. That would be nearly impossible. And we got a nice plane coming in. I don't know, let's see if the camera can pick that up at all. But there is a seaplane. It's probably from either down an inlet or Racket Lake. And they're flying somebody around. Some of these days I'm going to go up there. So that was the island we were just on. And this is the camping site on 8th Lake. This is the first time I've been here, because every time I come up here, somebody is on this site. And it's the first time nobody is. So I get to check it out. That's a big lean-to. That's a big lean-to. And everyone's left their autograph here. I like that one there. Keep me clean. Somebody had left a broom and a dustpan there, and a broom and a dustpan there. And nice shelf right there. Let's see, all sorts of names. Right there's a 24 date. 8/21, 8/23, 8/24. Adirondacks. Cool. So this is a good size. Get right up under here. I mean, I can walk into this one quite a ways before bumping my head. Someone was nice enough to leave some goodies up here. Oh, there's still gas in that. And there isn't much left in that. Not left much left in that. Some olive oil. And is this the journal? This is the journal. Sign the journal. one of the things, let's see if we could find if it has one. And there's all sorts of trails going. It does have an outhouse. I was wondering if it had a thunderbox or an outhouse. But judging by some of the toilet paper there in the woods, they don't dare walk up to the outhouse at night, I bet. So let's walk up here, make ourselves known. The door is not latched, so we'll see if anything's sleeping inside. And you think I'm joking when I knock on the door and open it slowly, because I have opened the door before. Never a bear, but there's been a raccoon or a possum, you know, and these doors sometimes are left open a little bit to air out, but I'm surprised that toilet paper right there, that the mice haven't got into that. But this is not too bad. Now I know why it won't latch. So if you find yourself in a camping mood and want to try out this lean-to, 8th Lake is between Racket Lake and Inlet, New York. I'm watching my steps here, don't want to twist an ankle out here. And you can access this campsite 2 ways. Only one way, by boat. But you can bring your kayaks or canoes into 8th Lake Campground, which is down this way. I do believe that if you enter the campground during the summer, you're going to have to pay the day fee. So I would recommend right across the lake from here, right over in this area there is a trail that goes right up the Route 28, and there's a little pull-off. I have actually one time parked up there and carried my kayak down and got in over there. And there's a little sandbar that comes out quite a ways into the water, and you could easily load up your canoe or your kayak and just paddle right across to here. The trick is getting here when there's no one here. Like I say, I don't get onto this lake a ton of times a year. I haven't been on it in probably 5 years. But every time I've came here, I've walked down to the spot across and took my binoculars and looked over here. And if there was people here, well, there's no sense getting my kayak out. But if this is the first time I've been here without anyone on this site. And what makes this site spectacular also is the nice sandy beach right here. Yes, a great spot to go dipping. September, and the water's actually nice. I just gave myself an idea. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.